Hey y'all, Ramdino here, coming at you from the Appalachian Trail in North Carolina. Well, I am starting my trip, getting ready to head north out of the NOC. It is a madhouse down here. Not exactly sure why there's so many folks here, because nobody's in the water, but folks are outside having a good time in nature. So, I'm getting ready to start. I'm heading, continue my No-Bow section hike. Gonna be going from the NOC to the Fontana Dam. So to find out how it goes, stick around. All right, folks, right there it is, carved in wood. Appalachian Trail North, Sassafras Gap, Shelter 6.9, Cheoah Bald. I'd like to stay at Cheoah Bald tonight. It's supposed to be really windy. No, I may just go ahead and put my tent to the test and see how well it holds up in the wind. That'd be a great place for a sunset and a sunrise. But anyway, the main one is right there, Fontana Dam, 27.6 miles. So that is the length of my trip according to the wooden sign. I thought Gut Hooks had it at about 30 miles, but anyhow, that's what we're doing. See you in a bit. All right, so I got started about 1:50. As is my usual practice, I'm 15 minutes into the hike. This hike back there where it said Cheoah Bald, I think it was 8.1, all uphill. Definitely it's a sassafras shelter. Might be a little downhill just to tease you right before you start to climb the Cheoah Bald. So I won't be doing a 20 miler today. Of course, I'm gonna get started late anyway, but I won't be averaging 3 miles an hour plus like I typically do because of this climb. Had rain up here yesterday, so a lot of rain. I think it's like up to half an inch. So, not expecting water to be an issue. Picked up at my shuttle driver got there. Talk more about him later. Picked me up at Fontana Dam. 45 minute at 1 o'clock sharp. 45-minute ride over here. All right, we'll catch up with you in a bit. We got a really neat view coming up here called Jump Off. And so I might come back to you before then, I might not, but I'll definitely come to you then. All right, chat with you later. All right, so I've been in about a mile now, and I have hey, you doing all right? It's pretty cool. It's like a bunch of rocks stacked up there, some type of cave. This fellow's going up there too.
There is a little memorial up here that says in loving memory of Steve Cornelius. And it's got the Chinese symbol for love on a rock. So
cool. Is it a plaque or just somebody written into the rock?
No, it is in loving memory.
Oh, okay.
Like an actual engraved rock.
Wow. Yeah, he probably went up there to look at the cave and fell. I take it back, I take it back, I take it back. Have a good one. So, anyhow, back to the trail. Hadn't been too bad, really. I was expecting a constant step up, you know, like waist high the whole way, but hadn't been bad at all. I think the walk down from the NOC from Way of Bald and Western Bald was a whole lot worse than this walk up so far. It's been all right. I'll probably eat my words. as usual, now that I'm an hour into my hike, I realized some things I forgot. So I forgot my cat crap again. Forgot to put my keys in my pack. I do have them. They were in my pants pocket. That could almost be a disaster. Sitting down and roll out and not know it. That's why I carry so many keys, so at least they jingle instead of just a single key. At least I might hear it, have a chance of hearing it. One key, I'd never hear it. Oh, I know why I actually started filming. Tell you that I'm averaging about 2.5 miles an hour, so going uphill the whole way suits me just fine. With the exception of the last 15 minutes, I've pretty much had the trail all to myself. Got some folks that are heading Nobo that I can hear behind me, and that fellow there I just passed that was going spelunking. Anyway, so far so good. Check back with you at jump off. Renault, I got Wade Sutton Memorial coming up. Got to get that. Everybody else does. We'll see if Pork Chop's button is still there. I think he's the one that put the button there. It may have been Underdog. I can't remember. Pork Chop or Underdog, if you're watching this, who claimed the violation of the leave no trace? And you ain't the only one. And of course, I'm just going on with you, kinda. All right, see you in a bit. All right, so this is the Wade Sutton Memorial. Funny, it's like right here on the side of an incline, so of the trail. I thought it'd be in some wide open spot, but anyway, somebody had to lug concrete up here to put it in and mortar it up. But looks like it continues to grow this year. I need to go back and look at the first of the year, somebody's video, and see what it looked like. Didn't have all this stuff on it. So we got a lot of violators of leave no trace. I do not see the button, so I don't know what's become of that. But in any case, there it is, Wade Sutton Memorial. Appreciate it, Wade. I am enjoying the forest. Well, I made it to the jump off scenic view. It's about 4:03 now, so what's that, 2 hours and 15 minutes. I think the mileage is a little over 4 something, I think 4.7. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, so trail's been straight up for a lot of this portion here. Right after I got off the video with you last time, it started heading up past some hikers that hiked that started on I think they said April 2nd. So they've been on the trail 24 days, something like that. Anyway, they'd went into town and stayed in a hotel in town. But, so I passed them, I don't know what time they started this morning. Yeah, so I'm heading on to Sassafras. Get me something to eat. My body's craving some calories now. And grab me a protein bar and head on up. Alright, sorry to be rambling. Out for now. Now, I want y'all to hear this wind whipping up on this ridge. I'm at the ridge right before, pretty much ridge walk right before get to Sassafras Shelter. You can even hear me. This wind is whipping through here. It called for a 35-mile-an-hour gust, I believe it. And I like being on a ridge a whole lot more in the wind than down in the woods. Because down in the woods, I can hear trees, limbs popping and falling, all that stuff. One thing is, I'm at a little higher elevation now. I think I'm around 5,000 plus feet, something like that. And you can see the leaves, trees hadn't leafed out yet like they have at the lower elevation, so there's still some decent views up here. But you drop 1,000 feet and 750 feet and you can't see squat. Places on the trail here, coming up here, this climb up was fairly, a lot of places rocky. Some places it's just a rock walk, like I would imagine Pennsylvania is. But it's and the rocks are loose, so you really can't look around. You have to watch where you're walking. Anyhow, I thought that wind coming through there was pretty impressive. You hadn't even heard it at its loudest. I'll let it run a little longer here. With this wind blowing the way it is, I'm getting chilly. I'm gonna have to break out a shirt, long sleeve shirt or something. All right, so I think I made it to Cheoah Bald. This is my destination that I hope to make it, and I made it. Long, hard day, 8-something miles, all of it up, or the vast majority, but look at the reward. I'm gonna set up my shelter and enjoy this. Sun's over there, setting, that's west, so that should be pretty much east. Hopefully I'll be able to see a great sunrise in the morning. And tonight I'll be able to see a great sunset. There's a little place over there that kind of overlooks the valley with no trees I can get to. So I plan to go do that. The wind, even though it's ripping and roaring on the other side of the trees, it's really not bad here at all. There's another little place back in the woods, back over in there, that's sheltered. But it's a little closer to the edge. So you might get a little more wind there. So I think I'm just gonna put it right here, be done with it. Cook me some grub. Heck, I might even start me a fire. All right, I'll chat with you later. We'll give a kind of a quick debrief for the day. Oh, one other thing, I did find the thing that I always collect, always look for. Don't physically collect, I just collect pictures, but I found the USGS marker. As usual, somebody's folks have defaced it, but I know that's way Cheoah Bald. So, all right, chat with you later. Cheoah Bald is without a doubt my favorite place that I've ever camped on the Appalachian Trail, or really any trail for that matter. When I came up over the ridge of the trail and crested that, it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous view. And I knew I had to camp here. The way the trees are around there, the wind was blowing pretty good, but you really you couldn't feel it on your tent. They're just the trees are on like probably 2.5, 3 sides, and so they formed a windbreak, and the with the wind blowing out of the west. And so it came up, hit the trees, and I could hear the wind blowing all night long, but it was not affecting my tent. It was like white noise, kind of like when you're at the beach and you hear the surf. That's what it was like. So I slept probably the most intense sleep I've ever had on the trail since I've been hiking the Appalachian Trail. So it was a great view at night. You'll see a sunset here in just a little bit, and the sunrise in the morning was just as great, although I didn't get to film any of that. A lot of folks talk about the hike up and what a tough hike it is, particularly when that hike down into the NOC is really tough. It's just a long slug downhill, And then if you look at it on gut hooks or somewhere, it looks like that it's a long slog uphill. To get to Cheoah Bald, it's right at 8 miles from the NOC. It's not near as tough as the NOC is coming down into the NOC, or I didn't feel like it was. So it was just most of it was fairly well graded. Had some switchbacks and everything, but it was a good walk up. And then I got to the Sassafras shelter there, and there was quite a few people in the shelter. Most of the tent spots were taken, and so it was just wasn't going to be a good spot to camp anyway. Plus, my destination had always been Cheoah Bald. So got up there, saw the view, knew I'd made the right decision. Set up camp and got me something to eat, and got there within plenty of time. So it didn't take that long. Had plenty of daylight, probably the perfect amount, because the time I got there, and I got up, started I think about 2ish. Time I got up there, the sun was starting to go down. Had plenty of light to set up camp, and then had plenty of time to get me something to eat and sit back and relax and get ready for a glorious sunset. One of the things I noticed was that I got above the line of where the trees had started to green out, so you could look down in the valley and you could see the how the trees are starting to green at lower elevations, but at higher elevations they had not yet come all the way out, and it was just like the carpet changed from green to brown gray as it came up the slopes of the mountain. So I thought that was pretty neat. And then of course just the sunset and all the different colors, and how the sunbeams just boom came through the clouds and had sun rays. You just really couldn't ask for a better day of hiking, and just a better ending to the day. So and a better campsite. So it worked out great. If you can hit this area when it's not storming or something, then I would highly recommend it. This is part one of my trip, because I took so much video I wanted to share with everybody, and so I'll be putting out part two. And so this would have been NOC to Cheoah Bald, and my next part will be the Cheoah Bald to the Fontana Dam, and I'll be coming out with that later on the week. So hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching, and as always, appreciate you, and we'll see you out there.